Tell me, why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long. Tell me, why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long, want you all night, 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 want you all night. Tell me, why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long. Baby, now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, all your love, all your love. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, all your love, all your love. Tell me, why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long.
At least I knew it was a lie. She's not very bright, but Jenny's alright. She tries, but then she gets tired. She tries to hide, but Jenny's alright.
welcome everyone. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Taekwondo. Yes, I love this music. It's by Epidemic Sound, by the way. If you are interested in that, welcome again to the show. Welcome to Taekwondo. A bit of a different version of it today, a little bit of a different angle to start the show. I hope that you are all doing well. I am really pumped for today because I did learn quite a lot and I want to share because that's the way that we work over here. In general terms, if you have a comment during the show, it can be on Facebook, it can be on YouTube, it's all up to you. Then please do that because that's the way that we can interact with each other. Like, for instance, Kathleen, she says, so excited to hear about your experiences. I am also excited to see you, first of all, but also excited to, basically show what happened and what we've done so far. So to set the stage before we really kick off the show, you might know that during the September month, I got asked to stand at the booth of vMix for a couple of days at IBC, International Broadcasting Conference in the United States. No, it's not the United States. In Amsterdam, and there I got the feeling of, wow, this is really cool. Talking to people, interesting conversations, maybe doing some other stuff. So it's like, yes, I want to do that for myself, for my own streaming brand, so to speak, and that is exactly what we're gonna do and talk about today. So I see a lot of people are joining at this moment. I have tried to at least say something. So I see Eric is in the house, my dad is in the house, I see Kathleen is in the house. So it's coming definitely, and we are going to start the show. And again, welcome to the show. My name is Petra Verbruggen. As you can see right here, I fixed it. I love that I fixed it. And of course, you can always support the show via taekwondo.net/support. That's where you can find other information about the show as well. And I really need that support to make this show happen. As always, every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central European Time, this show is there. And if you want to know what it is in your local area, then please look here. It's not going to be all the time zones that there are, because that's going to be like a trick, but there are only a few of them that I use quite often. So, oh, by the way, it's not 8 p.m. anymore. Need to fix that still. Anyway, welcome. I really appreciate you for being here. And to start with a question. Are YouTube comments working again? Well, I think so, because I sent out this one just earlier on today, so it seems to be working. Not sure yet if that's just a matter of, it just happened, but it might be. All right. Let's delve into it immediately. So first and foremost, people may not know is that Taekwondo is basically a, let's say, hobby, right? It's I want to support you, you want to support me, we want to make it as good as possible, and it's really not a platform to make money off. It's also not intended to be a platform to make money off, but support is definitely needed, just FYI. But it does help to, let's say, sell my business, and that business is streaming events. So it's not as big that I can actually live from it. It's really, let's say, a hobby turned to a professional hobby, or maybe it's a professional, or it's a, well, it's professional. That's definitely the case, because I'm not gonna give shitty products to the clients. So it's a different brand. It's called Designiquel, which is a Dutch name, and it's been there for quite some time. It started out as a web design company, and it merged into a video company a very long time ago. Yes, I did web design. I was horrible at it. compared to what I see right now. I mean, Paul Dixon, who's probably, I hope that he's watching, he makes way better designs than I am. Hey, speaking of, that's funny. Hey. Hey, Paul. So anyway, so that, yeah, YouTube works. So yes. So that I need to, of course, try to get more people involved and interested in that business. So once we had that booth with vMix and try to figure out how that works and what kind of people do you attract? Well, how is it to have a business to business trade shows? How does that work? I was like, yes, I want to do that. So I decided, like straight after that, those few days that I wanted to do it, and I contacted a trade show called Maasvallei. Sorry for dropping some Dutch there, but it's the name. I cannot help that. And we were talking to each other, and it became to be hey, we can help each other. You can stream for us, and you can stand right there. And before you know it, I was there. The only thing was that I was like, yeah, to have a full booth, let's try it out. So that was actually the first thing that I wanted to do. It's like, oh yes, let's make a full booth. Yeah, 2 meters by 2 meters, doesn't have to be big. I mean, I'm used to having a small area for my work, so it's fine. And so I asked, how much would it cost to make that really beautiful, right? Not just some plain white walls, but really something that is, well, us, something beautiful, right? And it turned out to be quite expensive, so I trimmed down and went to a situation where it was just a desk like I have right here, and then I added some graphics, etc. So the desk is a rented desk, but the graphics is something that I bought. So to be more precise. So that is really cool, and so that's what we did, and I'm going to show you how it looks like in a minute. But before I do that, let's go into the comments, because one of the things that's beautiful about live is that we have a lot of comments, and indeed, besides Paul, yeah, exactly. We were just talking about Paul, and boom, there he was. It's really cool. And Luam is also in the house. So Luam, you need to talk to your uncle. I just want to tell you, because it's really important, because we need to work on something together. And Fiona is also in the house. Welcome, welcome. Fiona, really great of you to be here. Okay, so like I said, big plans, down into a desk. And that desk was really, really cool. So I'm going to show you some pictures that I took around that desk, and maybe you can you can actually see how the process is right now. So this is the desk as I got it. So this is it. So the thing with these trade shows is that everything you do needs to be very mobile, needs to be very fastly built, and get rid of as fast as possible. So this is exactly what you see right here is a let's say a Lego brick or a IKEA kind of like a thing, and these are all separate entities, so you can build it and you can remove it totally. But it's still very sturdy. It's really meant for being there at a trade show. Now this is, well, it's a bit skewed, sorry for the picture, but this is the rest of the stuff. So the 2 boxes that are below are full with gear. I brought so much gear you don't want to know. The cardboard box that is in the middle, that's brochures, A4 brochures, quite a lot of brochures going on, and the suitcase that's on top of that is a like a folding stand, folding display for your brochures, and on top of that a landed Sony camera that I got from the studio that I work for, and that's basically it. But there's also, of course, a lot of gear. I have to tell you. But before I show you the gear, let's talk about the situation here in the studio and then compare it to what I brought for demo purposes to the trade show. So first and foremost, no, not that one, this one. So this is how my studio looks like if I look at the amount of products that I have in order to you know, make this happen. So from left to right, we have a Behringer UMC 404, which is a audio input device that converts the XLR output of the 875 microphone into USB 3, and that's put into the production and streaming PC, which is a Windows 10 build your own PC. It's not a standard system that you can buy. I have created it all by myself. It has 24 gigs of RAM, a bit of a strange amount. Then it has an SSD drive and a video and a data drive, and of course a video card, which is the GTX 980 Ti, which was one of the best that I could afford at that particular time. So it's a really a nice video card, but it is now 4 years old. And of course, for vMix Social, I'm using the Surface Pro and a lot of cameras. So that is for now. I am definitely going to talk about it more in the future episode. But this is what I brought along to the booth. So let's go do the same thing. One Audio-Technica microphone with USB directly on the system, so no conversions at all, just directly to the laptop. I had two PTZ Optics cameras that are PTZ cameras, so they can pin, pan, tilt, zoom, they can do whatever that you want, and it's all connected via NDI. And it all is brought into the vMix system. That is, in this case, an HP Omen laptop with just a Philips television. And it was really great. The only thing is, and that's a secret sauce, is that you had quite a lot of converters. So yes, of course, I am using LiveView Solo for streaming and Restream to send to my client's Facebook account, but a lot of converters. I mean, it was a mess. It was a mess when I tried it out here on my studio. So my studio is not big at all. It's just really, it's from, well, you cannot see it, but I'm holding my desk right now side by side. That's all it is. So it's really not a lot. And so that meant that it all had to be crammed on top of each other. And this is what it looked like. Wow. So what do you see? I am not going to go in that detail, but you will see that there's quite a lot of converters and that kind of stuff. And the most important converters that are actually what I just talked about are actually the ones that I'm having right here. So first and foremost, the LiveView Solo, which is of course one of my favorite systems. Actually has the Tech Condo sticker on it, and the AJA UTAP SDI, because everything that I do is basically SDI. Now, as if you might have seen, is that I have everything connected via NDI with exception of one camera for one day. That was this one right there. If you want to know what 81 stands for, that's the digit that says what converter it is. So that's it. No, I don't have 81 converters, just FYI. And of course also the microphone, which is right here. This is the microphone, the USB microphone from Audio-Technica. And I'm just saying it because we will be talking about it very in depth in a series that are around this setup. So I basically am calling this the mid-size setup, so medium. And we're going to go through all of the steps that I've created to make this work for you. So that will be a series that are specifically only on YouTube. So if you want to be part of that and you want to get notified, then please subscribe to the channel on YouTube, and also make sure that you hit the bell icon, because that will make sure that you are able to see it right there. So if you're already on YouTube, you already know. If not, then please also go there, because I will be posting the series right there. It will take some time. We're not going to do it right immediately, but I think that in the coming month, that's we are going to start. So it's just a few seconds. So again, this is quite a garbage, and it's really this is exactly what it was. It's really nothing more than that. So this is this. This is this. Yeah, I know, right? It's crap. All right, so let's see. There must be some comments right now. Rudy is also in the house. He says in Dutch, good evening. Goedenavond, good evening, welcome, very cool of you to be here. And Kathleen says, curious, did you have to do anything special to get that great position you had at the show? Yes. So that's the thing. I said I was also responsible for streaming multiple times during the evening to their website, to sorry, not the website, to their Facebook page on the trade show. So that's what I did. And I actually have a video that shows where I was situated, so we're going to do that as well, and then we can go into how it looked. But before I do that, of course, you want to see the time lapse of me building it. So let's do that first before we get into the rest. So let's do it. Oh yeah, okay, so the thing is that you cannot really see the designs on it, but you can see that there's quite some steps that you need to perform here. And now I am basically creating the look and feel of it, putting everything on the desk, and being below the ground to make sure that everything is ready to rock and roll. The brochures are up and running, and we are done. We are right there. So that is the way that it was created. And where was it? Well, how did it look like during the evening? Well, of course I have a video of that as well. And by the way, do you like this kind of opt out of the studio to something outside and coming back? If you like that kind of videos, please let me know in the comments, because I personally would love to be a little bit more open than just only in the studio. So let's do that. So this is the way that you came into the trade show. It was like a very like a red walking carpet, and a lot of lights blasting your way. And then once you reach the room, you'll see so you see a radio show which was there as well, and you see the booth, the purple light. That's really neat. I love purple, you know that. And this is the booth with Phoenix, with the microphone, and with the Peter's Yapix cameras, and of course also the brochures. So that is what it looked like last week. What do you think? I loved it. I was really impressed, and I'm so impressed that I'm also going to show you some additional pictures as well. So where is it? There you go. So this is the picture. So this is a picture that I've also created of the show. And to answer the question of Kathleen, this is what I did. So here I am literally streaming a prize. That was a prize giveaway to the best business-to-business group, and it was really a fun situation. It was live on the radio. It was, let's say, semi-live here, because they didn't really want me to go live because they were a little bit afraid that there were some issues, but that didn't happen. So right after it was done, like 1 or 2 or 3 minutes after that, it was actually streamed live to their Facebook. So yeah, I am really impressed. I cannot get enough of this. Let's go back to this one. So this is what it looked like. Purple, it's really me. I love the design. I love how it looks, and I love the logo that we have created ourselves as well. It was quite a challenge. So yes, I used the word we in this case, because that is different than previous times. Is that I still say my company, etc., but we decided to work together, and we're now with a threesome to work on streaming events. And we have, apart from those 3 people, We also have like 2 or 3 additional people that are able to help us in case we need more people. So I am really pumped about that. So let's go into the comments before I go into what I've learned, etc. So that's also a thing. Wow, that was a lot of stuff. Yeah, you are referring to, of course, the beautiful picture, this one. That's definitely a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it was quite a challenge. Whatever works, right? Yep, yeah, and it worked. It worked perfectly, actually. It was really good. Kathleen, did you leave your tech gear overnight? And I'm guessing with the complex setup that it wasn't something you broke down and rebuilt. So, well, actually, I did break it up and broke it down and build it up every single time. Now I have to admit that you see the most time that you spend with this kind of booth is basically just making sure that you have the right cables at the right time, at the right space, and the right converters at the right pace. So that's one thing that I actually bought. I actually bought one additional converter because I had an issue during the first day. I was planning to hook up 2 converters that I already owned so that I don't have to pay for another one. And it was a mess. It was really bad. But luckily there was this other guy that was also in the tech world, and he had a HDMI splitter. A powered HDMI splitter, and I used it and it was perfectly working. I was like, it's gonna be too expensive, blah blah blah, let's just keep it at this. Until that evening I actually checked it on Google. It's like, okay, it's $30. I am gonna go absolutely nuts if I'm not gonna do this. So I bought that one. So now from now on I can actually split my HDMI signal to the live view and to the projector, which was local to that venue. So we had a big projector screen that was also being done by me. So that was really cool. And on that we had graphics, we had the interviews, we had some let's say pictures and videos from there live, so that people could just have something to look at, which was really cool indeed. Rudy says portable desk is nice. Yes, it is definitely nice. It was definitely. It is portable. It's really it's really doable. It's this thick, everything in there, but it's really heavy. I mean, I am not a strong person. I'm just a woman, right? But it's really heavy, and it's like I really need help to get things organized. So yes, of course I have some wheels below it and that kind of stuff, so I can do it. But it's not really that portable as you might think. But it is portable and it is really small. So I'm really pumped that I can actually put it into my car. It's definitely, and I don't have a big car, by the way. I have a Mazda 2. It's really not a big car, so it's great. Yes, that is true. I was about to say that. So the van of my dad was actually used. So I can do the booth, I can do the gear, both of them in my car, but separately. So I cannot do them both at one time. So then I have to drive back and forth 2 times to get everything in there. But my dad has a bigger car. So thanks to my dad, that was a possibility, which I was loving. I loved it. I was really happy with that I could do that. Yes. Oh, yes. So, yes, we were talking about building a team. Yes. So we're now with 3 people, and it's really going well. Actually, we have something coming up in December, which we were pumped about. We cannot say anything about, which is like, I hate that. But it's really the case. I cannot say anything about, but I can say something about what we have next July. Half a year ago, it's that they want us to come back and do a musical with children again, which we did for 2 times in a row already, and we're really pumped to do that. Hey, Maggie, what's going on? Really great to see you, Maggie. Of course, from the US. X-Keys. Really appreciate that you find the time to see the show. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right. So, okay. So that's the booth. You see it. It was great. But there was still a problem with this booth. So people were very impressed by it. People loved it. I had a great conversations with people. But there was one but. Oh, yeah. And I also had the brochures with the brochures that actually explained what I did, what we do as a company. So streaming the events, helping to build a brand online, that kind of stuff. However, people didn't really understand it. It was a bit of a disappointment, actually. They really did not understand the power of video. So that was one of the key takeaways for me, was that even though I did everything in my power to showcase what you can do with the technology, to showcase a very beautiful a company and talk about events, they actually didn't understand what their added value was. So for the next time, when I do that, I will be purchasing a few of those banners, maybe two. That will be enough, I think. It's not a lot of. It's just not a big extra budget is needed for that. But and on those displays, I will showcase one particular real life example of how you can use live video. For example, there was this guy coming to the booth, and he was like, yeah, I don't see us working with streaming. I don't see anything about it. Why should I? So, well, what do you do? What do you sell, or what do you create? Well, I sell art. It's like, I was like, okay, I'm not saying it the way that I said it now, but to make it short, because of course I was wrapping around a bit, but I was like, dude, you are the perfect candidate for this. Think of it. Just show the piece of art. Walk around the piece of art if it's 3D. Talk about it. Maybe put in some text on the screen. What it is. Who is the artist? What is it worth? What do you want for it? And maybe even a link where to get it. It's like, I don't understand it. It's just perfect. I mean, the guy is probably having a like a small room somewhere in our area, and he can actually get people interested across the whole of the Netherlands. And even if he speaks German, he can actually speak German. German is just like 10 minutes away from us. There is so much to do here. It's crazy. I was like, okay, this. So I told him, and after that, saying that in a different way, of course, in a nicer way, it was like, okay, maybe I should get the brochure. So okay, here you go. Here you have my brochure, and here you have my card if you want to call me. And guess what? He called me. So that's great stuff. So we're gonna talk about that and see if it's something. And if he has some budget for it, but we're gonna help him with that. I think that would be great. So that was a fantastic situation. So again, going back, how to make sure that people know what the added value is of streaming. So at this moment, they only know, oh, she's streaming. Yeah, but what? that was a problem. So that's something that we need to fix for next time. Congrats, repeat customers. Yes. The lowers that you had at the camera on, were they yours, or did you have to rent those? The lowers that you had. Oh, you mean the you mean the Manfrotto things that where you see the PTZs on? Is that what you're saying? Yes, those are mine. So actually, in my can I show that? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Let's see if we. I don't know if it's still possible. Let's try it out. Because I did change a little bit my look and feel in my studio. Let's make it a bit like so. Yes, zoom in. Like so. Like there. Boom. There you go. So you mean these, the Manfrotto articulating arms? That's what you're looking at. Yes, those are mine, and this is also the way that we have them hooked up here in the studio. Actually, all cameras are hooked that way, apart from the one that's right there. That's a different hook, but it's still the same idea. I hope that that is the one. Yes, he called. That's great, right? Hey, Jason, what's going on, my friend? I hope that you're doing well. I am doing very well. So yeah, I'm really impressed by what happened. Oh my God, that's the problem I'm having too. People don't get it. So education is key. And there's one more thing: is that that we also had a very good discussion on education and video also during the conference. And there was this guy. He was actually living. You're not gonna believe it. He is living literally 2 kilometers away, like 1 mile away, and he was really saying to me, Petra, you have something that is unique for this area. You're able to be a front runner if it comes to education, and there is a lot of European Union money if it comes to education. So that's something that you can be a part of. Okay, so there were a lot of things going on. Now, I have to admit, I didn't get any. I did have leads, but nothing is yet in a position where you have money. I didn't expect that, but I'm really happy that people know that I'm here. I know that if they need something, that they will think about me. That was the main goal of being at that conference, and that was really happening. So that's really great. Oh, Kathleen is talking about the towers, not lowers. Ah, gotcha. So yes, so you're talking about the truss towers, Kathleen. Well, in that case, the answer is no. They were not mine. I rented them also during that day, because otherwise, of course, I cannot bring along everything in my car. So those were also rented. In this particular case, rented by doing natural things like using the stream to give them some exposure as well. So that's already taken care of. So that is great. So that's also something that we took into account as well. So looking back to I think it was a successful experience. It was a interesting experience. I have to admit, I was very. I mean, looking at the booth, because I'm renting it, it's still a lot of money, but it's doable. But if you want to buy it, you're talking about a serious amount of money. Now, the layout is definitely already bought, so that was a big chunk of the money. And the cool part is actually that if I rent that thing 4 times, I can actually get it myself. So that's a little bit of a different theme going on there. So that's a very nice situation, that if you have rented it 4 times, I can actually buy it for a very little amount of money. And then so it still might be something that I might be doing in the future, but now let's keep it as is and make sure that that is working. So okay, so that is about the functional part of the trade show, the conference. Of course, next time we will be talking about the look and feel, the how we did it. So how to make for you a more ideal way of checking this out, what this is meant, or let's just use this to make. So we're going to talk about this part. The only thing is that the really in-depth part of this, I'm not going to do live. We're going to go through the steps side by side during the live show. So that's going to be like a bigger show. But we will definitely have like how-to videos for each and every component and what you need to think about in advance as well. So it's quite a big well, I think it's about 5 video series, and also the live show. Some last comments before I leave. Unfortunately, for some people, live streaming is Skype for business and they don't get the amount of work you put in. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Rudy. It's definitely the case that they do not understand it. And it's quite difficult if you've never seen what is needed, right? So, and I mean, this kind of process, this kind of screen that you see right here, that's something that you cannot do with Skype. And a picture-in-picture is also not possible always in Skype. So we are at a we're front runners if it comes to this part, and I think it's going to be cool. So that is the end of the show. Thank you very much for sharing the amazing information. Thank you so much, Kathleen, for being here. Also, a huge thanks to Rudy for being here, Jason, Maggie, my dad, Fiona, Luam, and other people that are probably lurking around, which is totally fine. Even I see you also in the house, and welcome also, by the way. Even we still need to talk about something together. And well, let's just end the show. I will be going to a concert in roughly 1 hour from now. I have no clue what the concert is all about. It's just across the street, so to speak. It's just a 5-minute walk. But I'm looking forward to it because I love music. So I will see you next week, same time, same channel, and have a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this nice USB mic. We're gonna talk about the cool AJA SDI converter. I am so pumped about that stuff. I'm gonna show it to you one more time. Look at this. This is a beauty. Also NDI, I am so amazed by it. I have also, of course, the bird dog that I totally forgot to put into the slide deck. But hey, I hope to see you next time. Oh, and by the way, we also need to talk about audio because I am so much thinking of getting a other audio microphone. I'm considering to use the Jetty, the Blue Jetty, or maybe something else. I'm not sure yet, but I want to have beautiful audio. So also for that, please let me know if you would like that. And again, if you like to have more videos, then please let me know. Yes, now I'm finally going. Bye bye.